supposed to be going live on YouTube. I'm not understanding. Hello again. Hello, hello, hello. Um, this is supposed to be connecting to YouTube. Why is it not? Oh my God. I'm so annoyed right now. I know it takes me a minute sometimes to get things right, but this is not the one. This is not the right account. This is how you know who your true friends are, the ones that stick through all this stuff with you. So let's see where we are, guys. Mm, there's my channel. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Oh, that's what my sweet Noah says. Okay. All right. Let's tweet. The problem is that I hooked up to this particular laptop and none of my social medias or anything are hooked up. I'm so over it. So I'm emailing stuff. I'm just so over it. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Let me open an email and let's see what I can get sent to my cell phone. Because, because unfortunately, we use our cell phone for everything. And everybody knows I can talk. So it's not a matter of me not having anything to talk about. I'm just a little frustrated because everything was supposed to work so well. And then at the 11th hour, everything just happens all at once. I come around the corner, I started up my laptop. The first laptop has the dreaded blue screen that says something. I don't even know because I didn't have time to read it. Open up the second laptop, which is usually lightning speed fast, and it's like, oh, your updates are underway. Please wait. And I'm like, oh, get the F out of here. Are you freaking kidding me? I did not, I didn't ask you for any freaking updates. So I'm sitting here arguing with the laptop. So then I open my Chromebook, which is cool. I like my Chromebook and it's very, very quick, very, very quick. Open up my Chromebook and I start trying to type and the keyboard won't work. So I have to shut it down, turn off the StreamYard live because I go through StreamYard. Like StreamYard, it's pretty interactive. But again, everything is just everywhere right now. Very high energy because I was very excited. I did my meditation this morning. I was very excited, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, coffee. So I just want y'all to participate and represent. Like, I just don't understand. Sometimes people don't represent, and I don't even understand. It's like you somebody asked me one day, "Oh, what you want to talk about?" Okay, it's a podcast. We're gonna talk. Do you want to? I mean, you can come through. You don't have to come through. Like, I'm not being mean. I'm not being rude. I just get annoyed with things that make it seem like people don't really give a crap. So I don't know. Just wondering, just trying to figure out what's really going on with life. And hopefully, y'all participate. That's all I care about. Um, but notice I put my headset on because it made it a lot easier to be able to communicate, you know. But I just posted the I just posted my the link on my Facebook page again. So hopefully, like one of the things that's getting on my nerves is why is all this stuff coming up? Gee. especially at Christmas time. It's like everything keeps popping up in your cart. I'm just trying to get in and get out. I'm just trying to do this and do that, whatever. And I was hoping my family would at least be on here, but like, ain't nobody representing. Like, what is the problem? These are the things that bother me. My y'all know that I'm very, very I'm I'm angry. Yeah, I'm a little angry because I was going through some depression all last week. But didn't nobody ask, didn't nobody call, and it's cool because I get through it, and I know I'm going to get through it because I feel protected. And that's a whole nother show, but it's okay. Imma keep doing it because I know that there are people watching me and they are going to support me, and that's cool. And I just want people to go with me on the journey. I don't want people to show up in the middle of the journey and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I don't like that. It's not helpful and it's not fun and it's not it's not showing me that you care about me, because I will be there for you. And people can say that I can and can't. So whether I'm being angry, whether I'm being frustrated, I don't care. It's my podcast, and I am using this platform to heal, to get out the things that I feel upset about because I know there are other people that feel the same way. I'm not the person that is creating this. I do believe in law of attraction. I believe that what we think about ourselves, what we think about, all the stuff that happens in our life, we create these issues. And so if you create these issues, or if you believe in these issues, you're going to continue to bring these types of scenarios to you. So it's important that you don't bring these types of scenarios to you. So if I think that, it's going to happen, in other words. But my main thing is to share with you guys. I've been wanting to do a podcast for so long, and I'm very excited about it. And I'm just going to be off the cuff with it because that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Sometimes it's hard to really express how you feel about certain things because I think that we're human and we tend to worry about what other people think about what we're saying, what we're doing, um, all that. But I've gotten to the point in my life right now where I value what people say and I appreciate what they say. And I want to learn from any examples that I need to learn from to kind of help me get through what I need to get through. But when it comes down to people saying, you should do this or you should do that, or, you're not this or you're not that, I want the opportunity to express how I am and what I feel and what's going on. And so if someone doesn't allow me the opportunity to be like, if I'm in a receiving mode, let me tell you if I'm in a receiving mode. Don't tell me, oh, I'm not going to tell you that because you're not in a receiving mode. But the main thing is that I am I stepped away from a lot of people within the last 6 months, maybe. And one of those things was I have been working in healthcare IT, and healthcare IT was very enjoyable to me. And when I go to do something, I really love putting my all into it. And sometimes when you go work into healthcare IT, but you do things like sing or photo shoots or different things that are out there in the that come up on social media and stuff, people go out and search your stuff. And when they start searching shit, they find you. And when they find you, they automatically don't want to like you. In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is the problem? I don't get it. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't. I really have less than two. I just don't care if someone doesn't like me. It's really real. I don't, because when I like someone, I give my all and I share who I am. I don't feel that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that there's a lot of controversy that results in the culture that says "Oh, you talk too much, or you do this, or you do that." But you know what? I was told I talk too much my whole life. But guess what? It's getting me somewhere. My stuff that I want to do is getting me somewhere. So it's my avenue and it was my blessing. So I just feel like, when people say that you talk too much, I think that's a negative disappointment that someone would say something like that to me, or anyone for that matter, because it's not nice. It's not nice. If you don't I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why people share things that are not positive, period. So anyway, I would hope that people would share and people would come off the cuff and be like, "Hey, I feel like you feel. I want to share with you what you sharing." But if you don't, what you gonna do? Like I said, it would be nice if people were interacting. Um, Let me reach out to a couple of folks and see what else. But the one topic I was going to talk about too was generations. You know, it's funny how, well, first of all, let me start with a story. I had ordered something at Chick-fil-A, called Chick-fil-A, get this young lady who's the manager, and she was like, I don't know how her age came into play. I didn't bring it up. She brought up that she was 19. And I said the problem that I was having was when I go to Chick-fil-A, I've never gone to Chick-fil-A in the history of me going to Chick-fil-A and had a problem with my order. Never. Not any one of the Chick-fil-A's. They've always been very like on top of things. But this particular Chick-fil-A, um, whenever I go there, of course we know about the line and how long it takes to get up to the line, but I'm the type of person, because especially during COVID and all the stuff that happened, I got bougie in terms of me ordering stuff and then going to pick it up, or doing the curbside pickup. I got an order to go pick up at Target right now. But the point is that that's just me. But I've always been technologically savvy. I've always been like that. I remember using GPS, my family laughing at me saying, "You use your phone to figure out how to get somewhere?" But it's always been that. I have a degree in IT. It's just me. But anyway, with all that being said, I go to the Chick-fil-A, and I waited for my order, waited for my order, waited for my order. It didn't come out. And in the times that I have always done my order, if I left something out or I forgot, like somehow uh, it didn't come out. So this guy comes out and I ask him, he has on Chick-fil-A uniform. He's like, "Okay, what's your name?" And then he comes out and he's changed the whole game. Never have I ever had to notify them that I was outside, or I mean, not notify them. Like if I put the little parking space number 4, number A, number B, whatever, if I put that in there, then I thought that was notifying Chick-fil-A that I was outside and that I was ready for you to bring my food. So with that being said, I'm waiting and waiting, waiting. Well, anyway, long story short, it becomes an issue, and then for some reason it just bothered me. So when I got home, I called this young lady. She's the manager. She's like I said, she brings up, we start talking. Excuse me, allergy. California's dry. So she says, well, I'm 19 and I'm the manager in something or whatever. So I'm like, uh well, I said, well, maybe, maybe me being my age and you being your age, and I left it at that. Um, there's an understanding or a breakdown in the way you communicate and the way I communicate. And I say that because I have a son who's 27, and there are people in his life that are his age, younger, older, or whatever. So every time I have a communicate, I have a me and my son, we have a conversation. And my son, I love him so much. He is like, I don't know, he's very respectful. He's very, to me, um, there are things that I notice that he does with other people in his life that I never taught him and that he never did in the course of his life with some of his other friends. But then I just leave it at that. But anyway, my point is he's respectful to me. So when I interact with other people in his life and sometimes they come out of pocket or whatever is hurtful because I'm thinking to myself, why would they say that? And then I don't say anything, not that I can't say anything back, but if I come out and I say what I'm gonna say, then it's gonna be a lot of problems because I'm not gonna filter what I say. But I filter it because I'm thinking I'm older or whatever. But then I also feel if you're 21 and above, you put yourself on the adult platform, whether I'm in my 50s or not. You put yourself on my platform. So now that you feel you grown enough to deal with me, I'm going to allow you to get my wrath if that's where I'm at. Chick-fil-A girl, she's talking about her age and how she feels like how she how she oh gosh, text messages, Lord Jesus. Just let me not look. Um when she says that she's 19, right? She's talking about how so when I say what I say, well, maybe because we're different ages, there's a breakdown in communication. I'm just trying to understand, I never have had to go to the curbside pickup and call you and tell you, not call you, but give you my whole order and stuff like that. And I was just really confused because I'm thinking if I'm going through the Chick-fil-A app and I've gone through all the app steps, why am I making extra steps other than the one to tell you what spot I'm in to let you know that I'm out here? To me, it's an extra step, it's an extra inconvenience. But if you want me to do that, then I feel like I need to be notified, whether you notify me by email, whether you notify me on the app, whatever. So I'm just trying at this point to understand what the proper procedure is, what she needs to have done, so on and so forth. And she says, well, I think that you're showing age bias, and I don't have to sit on this phone call and have to deal with this. I'm like, excuse me? I was like, your age has nothing to do with it. It's more of an organization type of thing. If your store is requiring something that I've never done before and I call for the manager and ask you, is it because you really don't know what's going on with the app and you don't say that and you're not being transparent? So you try to deflect and make it be like something I said about your age. Are you kidding me, girl? Bye. You like we not going to get into all of this. And that brings me to my next point. Every time you go on social media, I hear something about somebody, don't get me wrong, culturally, I know that our culture has been through a lot. And some other cultures don't respect that. They don't see that. They don't understand that. They don't want to talk about that. They're not confrontational with it. And I get that. Me personally, it's not that I don't represent for the culture. It's not that I don't want people to be happy and I don't want people to succeed and that I'm not interested in learning about some of these things. But I'm going to say this. I grew up in Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, Top City. Hey, I laughed when found out it was called Top City. Hey, I just use it. I like it. But anyway, when I grew up, I know that our mom was very she sheltered us and she kept me and my sister in the house. And I was hoping my sister would join me today. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. But, like I said, I just hope people represent. I don't see very many people watching right now, and it's cool. But you know what? I'm still going to do what I got to do. But when we grew up, she didn't, she didn't like teach us. Well, she never put us out there. And now I kind of realize why. Because there were so many things to protect your kids from. However, it's true that we should have kind of been exposed to certain things so that we would have known how to handle them and deal with them. And a lot of it, I really like when we were going through the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd thing. I'm the type of person that wants to know both sides. Like what happened on this side? Why did this happen to George Floyd? George Floyd. Why did this happen to so on and so forth? And I've always had the respect for law enforcement because on a biblical level, I was always taught that they're put in place to serve and protect and to that we have to follow the laws so that we don't come across as un or disrespectful to. Where's that little sound coming from? Hmm. Oh, that's the TV. Anyway, um, it's the TV, and I didn't know it wasn't on mute. But anyway, the technology has really got me brain got it's just. But anyway, so long story short, um, she didn't really put us out there. So when all these things were happening, I was like, I talked to my sister because my sister is a lot browner than I am, and even my complexion, it's never been something I used as a like I just I feel like people like in different countries. I don't know if people are aware of this, but in different countries they don't recognize color. There's a social status or like a family hierarchy, stuff like that, but it's not a complexion thing. And it's crazy because the thing about the way that they do what they do is you can't look at a person and tell unless you just know that they belong to this family group of folks or this group of folks. But with us in this country, we can look at people and we just automatically can like use the complexion of their skin as a way of judging. And me and my sister had a conversation. And when we had this conversation, she was telling me about how through the years, people were very judgmental of her. And I was like, wow, I, I, I didn't I didn't know that that happened to her. Um, how people were, very nasty um, because of her complexion, and I felt some kind of way because it was like, "What do you mean?" And she explained it to me, and when she explained it to me, I was really hurt that these things were happening because like I never knew. She just never said anything about it. And so being here in just like an example in LA, I would do I did because we were kind of all sitting and waiting to work. I worked for Amazon. I'm just like the type of person that's always moving. I need to make sure that I'm making money. And when I was out working for Amazon, going to get these packages, Amazon sets different things up. Like you go to a warehouse of your choice based on hours that are available. And when you go pick up those packages, it's going to put you in a certain area of the city that you're going to deliver packages in. So I went out to North. I'm new trying to learn all the areas, but I went out to North something way, 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 way. It was like an hour and 55 minutes for me to get there. But I didn't care because I like to drive. And so I can't even think right now. But anyway, went out there, picked up on packages. But if there were not very many black or brown people in that area, but it was like lots and lots of people, and they was rallying out. Back when people were doing the marching and the signs and stuff like that, and I was just like I felt in a good way, like, wow, these people are out here and it doesn't even happen to their culture specifically. It happens to other people's culture. And so I'm not saying that there isn't racism in LA, but what I love about LA is that there's a diversity, there is a kind of like a people stand up for things that they know are wrong, and when they know that, they're out here trying to teach other people who are not. And so some people in my culture might look at that as a negative because it's like, you didn't experience it. Why are you out here? Why blah 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 blah. And I just feel like it never can end if it's always like that. If I don't see anybody, I can't see how anybody would be like not supporting. Why somebody would be out there supporting if they really didn't care. And so, with that being said, I'm not going to waste my time. Are you? Are you going to be out there marching for something that you really don't care about? No, I don't think so. So that's the reason why I said that, is because these people that have been out there marching, they believe in it. They believe in what we're going through as a form of issues that are really happening. And I just feel like we should be a little more supportive. Now, when it comes to like getting back to the Chick-fil-A girl, when it comes down to stuff like that, it's annoying because don't call racism, bias, all that. You need to make sure that when you call that it is legit an issue. I didn't say anything to her about her being. Now, if had I said, you little 19-year-old ass, you can't tell me nothing, and you did, like if I would have went in more about her age and what she could or couldn't have done, I was basically trying to find out what the new policies and procedures were for Chick-fil-A because I'm used to driving up, putting in my slot number, where my vehicle is, and getting my order. That didn't happen. It was like more issues once I drove up. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe something new. But what I did come to realize is, and maybe she was having a bad day, but it was a bad day that day at Chick-fil-A. And so with that being said, is that had she just acknowledged that whatever was going on, she was not maybe handling it the right way, then it would have been a little bit easier for her to maybe fix the issue instead of trying to make it seem like it was somebody else's fault, because it wasn't anybody else's fault. Uh-oh.